Hey y'all, welcome back to Mark III Firearms. Today, we're checking out a Springfield Armory. This is our model 1911 A1, chambered in, of course, 45 ACP. Lots of little custom touches on this guy. Pretty fun project for me. I love Springfield Armories, in case y'all didn't already know that. But as far as the work performed, midnight bronze Cerakote on the slide and the frame. Everything else done in graphite black, taken to a satin finish. Starting off, the grips, the customer didn't like how aggressive these VZs were up on the front, so rather than keep them pointed up, we went ahead and took them down and squared off the tips. As you can see, they're not quite as sharp anymore. Surface texturing, faceting on the front strap. I think this might be the first one we've done on a 1911 out of our shop. I've done lots of high powers like this. But basically it's like a stippling, but it's not quite as aggressive like shark skin, so if the gentleman wants to carry this, you know, it's not going to tear up his side as much, but as soon as you get your hand locked into that grip, I mean, it grabs really, really well. Took up under the trigger guard, of course, very nicely. What else? Chamfered the slide release pin, and of course blocked that to the frame. Up front, got a crown on the barrel, 45 degrees in, but at first it starts off at an 11-degree cut, so that's pretty cool. Definitely always love that. Crowning's fun. Makes your gun look like it has a bigger bullet. Definitely a little bit higher on the intimidation factor. Pretty cool. We installed some True Glows. I think these are the TGH3s, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here if we can get this camera to focus. Yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. Another thing I like to do is on the barrel shroud here, you know, take this down just a little bit. That way when the slide slides over the barrel, it doesn't scratch it up, you know. If you're going to spend all the money on Cerakote and resurfacing, you don't want to, the first time you pull your slide back, to get these big grooves in here. It's not very fun. But, you know, little custom touches like that. Always the little things that matter, as they say. Some more faceting on the mainspring housing. That's an aftermarket mainspring with a magwell, of course, built into it. But, of course, that faceting wraps around to the front and matches. Different color, of course, but it works in a really cool way. What else did we do to this guy? We did our trigger job. I think that's pretty much it. You know, just resurfaced the front of these grips, sprayed everything with Cerakote, trigger job, faceting on the front strap and the mainspring housing, installed sights, but you know, lots of people can install sights, that's not hard. Crowned the barrel at 45. Let's go ahead and show you the trigger job. Okay, so here's your take up. That little bit of take up snaps like a glass rod. Oh, so nice. There's your reset. Take up, nothing. Well, once you reset it, it's already at the wall, so that's it. You can see it. So, yeah. 1911 trigger jobs. Lots of gunsmiths can do a really nice one. So do we, you know. Our triggers, as you guys, if you're not familiar, you know, especially in the high power world, are about being almost a single stage, especially for the high powers. They truly are a single stage trigger. We convert them into. So, you know, it's not always about just how light your trigger is. Light triggers are nice for target shooting and whatnot, but really it's about the control of the trigger and knowing exactly when it's going to break and having that minute movement in your trigger. And that's what we like to do, is we like to do a short reset and a very short take up. So the engagement of reset to break is right there. I mean, it's so fine, so finite, if you will. I mean, you can see the take up, little break, but it's about the reset as well. You don't want a long travel in the end. And that's what makes these trigger jobs so awesome, is it's about the take up and the reset for us. Not a lot of people are doing that these days. They're, you know, lightening springs and making the trigger not be so heavy, but who cares if your finger's still moving half a mile, you know, from reset to take up. I mean, it's ridiculous. But you'll be seeing a lot of comparison videos coming up in the future with that. Been working with some of the FN pistols, the FNX and the FNS, so you'll see those videos shortly as well. Anyways, y'all, Hope you love the video. Comment, subscribe, as they all say on YouTube, right? And leave your comments, questions, and concerns, and we will answer them always accordingly. God, that's a sexy pistol, man. And that faceting just really sets it off. You know, something different than checkering, something different than stippling. Usually you see your checkering on 1911s or chain link sometimes, but you don't really see faceting. It just adds that organic element that just really sets it off, I think. So, from Mark III Firearms, nice little custom Springfield, ready to go out the door to a happy customer. Okay, y'all, until next time.